No one's ever been loved so much by the people. Don't waste that power.
Mrs. Lincoln.
Madam President, if you please.
In Steven Spielberg's Lincoln,
Don't convene another subcommittee to investigate me, sir. I'm teasing. Smile, Senator Wade.
I believe I am smiling, Mrs. Lincoln.
the role of the imperious, difficult, mercurial First Lady Mary Todd Lincoln
You think I'm ignorant of what you're up to because you haven't discussed this scheme with me as you ought to have done.
is played by Sally Field.
I believe you when you insist that amending the Constitution and abolishing slavery will end this war. And since you are sending my son into the war, woe unto you if you fail to pass the amendment.
It's a rare historical role for Field.
I had to put on a lot of weight. I put on over 20 pounds. And I hope it shows in the movie.
In real life, there's nothing regal or standoffish about her.
I want to be wanted by everyone, you know.
Mr. Mason, I started this, and I'm gonna finish it.
She's built her career on playing ordinary women in extraordinary circumstances,
I'm staying put.
struggling to give fellow factory workers basic rights,
I'm not gonna let that happen. I don't care if it kills me. I'm not gonna give up.
saving her family farm,
Drum and I both feel that she should not work after she gets married.
taking charge on her daughter's wedding day,
You should be kinder to your circulatory system.
And my daughter.
then mourning that same daughter at her funeral.
God, I'm so mad I don't know what to do. I want to know why.
You can't not root for Sally Field. But if you thought 3 Emmys and 2 Oscars,
You like me.
remember that famous speech?
You like me.
Meant the part of Mary Todd Lincoln was hers for the asking,
I realized I had to fight for it.
while the story of how she got the role opposite Daniel Day-Lewis is itself a classic Sally Field tale of struggle.
I am 10 years older than Daniel. Mary was 10 years younger than Lincoln. I automatically knew that age was going to be somewhere in it was going to be an issue.
And it was. After Day-Lewis was cast as Lincoln, Spielberg called with bad news. The part of Mary Todd Lincoln wasn't hers.
I said, I can't let you walk away. Mary belongs to me. I am Mary. I won't let you walk away. And I, somewhere brought Mary up inside of me to be feisty enough to say, test me. You owe me a test.
Her pluck paid off. Daniel Day-Lewis flew from Ireland to screen test with her. And when Field met Day-Lewis for the first time, they were both in full costume.
I was in this high-back chair with a shaft of light coming in on me, and I thought, fine, I'm just going to sit right here. And I heard a hubbub across the hallway a ways away, and I didn't turn and look, and finally I slowly turned to look, and there he came, my beloved Mr. Lincoln.
And was it like Abraham Lincoln coming towards you?
Yes, it was. I rose and gave him my hand. He kissed it. I said, Mr. Lincoln. He said, Mother. And that's the way they addressed each other in real life, except he either called her Mother or Molly. And
I want to see the movie about you getting this role.
I know. Isn't that? I've had some times of my life, but that was one of them, for sure, and it was magical.
Mary and her Abraham connected instantly in a very modern way.
He started texting me. He would text me all the time, totally in character, which was hard to do because you had to figure out because the language was so different than how we speak. And I would text him back, totally as Molly, constantly. Sometimes he would just send me bizarre limericks. And I as Mary, would write back, usually criticizing him.
That's hilarious. I love that.
I know.
Mary Todd Lincoln and Abraham Lincoln were texting back and forth.
Yeah, we were texting back and forth.
You didn't tweet as Mary Todd Lincoln.
No, I don't tweet as anyone. I'm a tweetless person. This is Mary's bedroom.
We met with Sally Field at Mary Todd Lincoln's childhood home in Lexington, Kentucky.
It was a wonderful city to shoot in.
Where we continued talking about her own history. During her almost 5-decade career in the business, Field says she hasn't just struggled for roles, she's struggled with some co-stars, literally. Did you really bite Tommy Lee Jones?
Oh, God, yes.
Years ago.
Yes.
You sure have traveled a long way not to go nowhere.
I'm still on the move.
In 1981, Field and Jones co-starred in Backroads.
You can just let go of me.
No, it's been right.
Field says he was something of a wild man back then, and at a rehearsal, the 5'2" Field was having none of it.
Tell you or not.
Tommy's a big, strong man, and he had hold of my little wrist to show me how I couldn't get free, and I was, twisting it, and I went, and he let me go. I got free.
You see before you meet, Gidget.
Of course, a Southern California native was already known to audiences
You are kind of cute.
as surfer girl Gidget,
Good grief! Sister.
flying nun Sister Bertrill, and as Sybil, the woman with dissociative identity disorder,
Is anybody there? Peggy?
what back then was called multiple personalities.
I'm here, but I don't want to be.
It's politically incorrect to say it, but you've had more lives than Sybil.
I have.
Truth is, the woman who now hawks medication for osteoporosis
So I wanted to stop my bone loss.
looks a lot younger than 66.
You look like you're 40, tops. I mean, if I didn't know about the whole Boniva osteoporosis thing.
Yeah, no, but my bones are strong. Thank you very much. It's a lot of skin hanging down here. I don't know if I just go like that or talk like this.
She's been married twice
They called you the bandit.
and had a high-profile romance with Burt Reynolds.
Why don't you just drop me off here? I'll catch a cab.
Was your relationship with Burt Reynolds as fun as the Smokey and the Bandit movies?
We did it!
Were you just tearing down country roads and Trans Ams?
No. No.
She's single now.
I am the traditional woman in a lot of ways, desperately looking for the traditional man and then hating his guts when I find him. No, because he asks me to be the traditional woman. So go and figure that one out.
Do you not ask guys for a lot in return? Do you not say, hey, you got to do this for me?
I do now. I learned how. Yeah. And notice I'm alone.
Sally, right over this way, please.
She may be single, but one thing is sure. Whatever Sally Field sets her sights on, she goes for it. And yes, that's why people like her, really like her.